I speak with thousands of parents, and one of the most common things I hear is that my child can't learn online. And I get it, it sounds like a valid concern. But here's what's surprising. When these same parents actually give it a proper try, it works. Not just sometimes, but far better than they ever expected. So if you're thinking the same, then this video is for you. For those of you who are new to the channel, hi, I'm Varjod. I'm the founder of Mobile Tutors, and every year we help thousands of students increase their GCSE and A-level grades. I scored 98% in most of my GCSE and A-levels, and I hold a first-class degree from the London School of Economics in Business, Maths and Statistics. So let's get into it. I speak with thousands of parents, and the line I hear over and over again is that my child can't learn online. And honestly, I get it. It seems like a reasonable concern. You've seen your child distracted, bored, and even zoning out in lessons. Now, this might be due to a bad experience you've had with a tutor or due to the online classes that you've seen during the pandemic. And it's easy to assume that online doesn't work for them. But here's what I see time and time again. When students give it a proper go with the right structure, it actually works. And I don't mean students like it a little. I mean students actually prefer online classes to in-person lessons or even school. And this is because students start focusing better, learning faster, and feeling more confident. Let's try and understand this better. Parents often say, my child can't focus online, but you've seen your child on games like Fortnite or even social media. When you see your child on these platforms, they're totally locked in. They're so immersed that they don't even know what's going on around them. So therefore, the distraction is not the screen, it's just about how engaging the experience is. Of course, I know not everything can be completely enjoyable, but we do want students to have an online learning experience where they're happy to come back time and time again. When learning doesn't feel like a chore, that's when your child will truly start to make progress. So the question we should be asking is that how can we actually make online teaching work? So what's the easiest way to make it more engaging from the start? Now, the answer I've seen time and time again is start with a small group of like-minded students. Small group sessions add energy, spark conversations, and make it feel more like a team effort. And here's the golden rule: cameras on always. When cameras are off, it's too easy to disengage. But when cameras are on, your child's present, they connect, and they take it seriously. If your child is learning alongside a small group of students which are on the same level as them with the same goals, then they'll automatically feel engaged and motivated to learn. And this even works for shy students, because let's be honest, most students are shy or reserved anyway. Now, here's a few other important things to make sure that online teaching works for your child. So firstly, you want to pick the right tutor. You need someone who knows how to engage online, not just teach, but knows how to connect through the screen. And you also want someone who's fun and friendly, but is also a subject specialist. Next, stay consistent. One-off sessions won't change anything. Weekly lessons with regular feedback and steady progress is what works. And lastly, give it some time. Don't judge by the first lesson, because sometimes it takes time to adjust. But when it clicks, it really clicks. Usually give it around a month to see if it works for your child. So now I've explained how to make online teaching work for your child. Let me go even further to say that online teaching is actually better than in-person. Give me a minute to explain. So why is online better than in-person? Well, firstly, it removes a ton of distractions. There's no noisy classmates. It's just your child on their own with their computer and no one physically around them to distract them. Now, what this means is that you'll be able to cover a lot more content, and also the lessons will be a lot more focused because the teacher doesn't have to spend time on students messing around. And now the real reason why online teaching is better, and that is that all the lessons are recorded. And this is a real game changer for your child's learning process. Now, why is this so important? Well, with a traditional in-person lesson, everything that was discussed in class is immediately gone after the lesson, unless a student takes detailed notes. But let's be honest, most students won't take detailed notes. Most students just take summary level notes and don't actually have a lot of detail to the notes that they're taking. So what this means is at the end of the lesson, they're going to have a bunch of notes which just summarize the lesson, but they haven't actually got the detail of what was covered. On the other hand, with an online lesson that's recorded, your child can just simply go back and rewatch the lesson as many times as they need to make sure they can understand everything fully. And if your child didn't fully understand a concept in lesson, they can just simply go back, rewatch the lesson, even pause it and spend time understanding everything in detail before moving on. This built-in flexibility allows your child to revise at their own pace, retain more knowledge, and solidify their understanding over time. This is especially useful when preparing for exams, because students can go and revisit difficult topics and practice them over and over again and reinforce their knowledge. And this is the real reason why I said that in the beginning of this video that students actually prefer online teaching to in-person teaching. It's the access to the recordings and resources which is unmatched. Now, if you stayed this far into the video, thanks for watching and consider subscribing. Also, make sure to share with a friend, because the best things are always enjoyed together. Now, before I wrap up, I just want to delve into the future of your child's education journey. Here's the bigger picture that most people miss, and that is that the world your child is stepping into is digital. Now, let's take university. Many university courses are either hybrid or fully online. Now, I studied at the London School of Economics, and a lot of my university courses were online, and this is the same with a lot of the other top universities. So if your child is struggling to focus online now, then how will they build this skill to make sure that they can actually focus and study online later? And you can't just say when they get older, somehow they'll magically be able to focus and study online, because this is not how things work. You have to build a skill earlier on to make sure that it strengthens over time. And this is not me trying to convince you, this is just the facts. Even a lot of jobs now are either online or hybrid, and they all involve Zoom meetings and online collaboration. If these skills are developed now, then your child will actually thrive later on because they're actually used to this already. Your child will already be used to speaking to someone on camera and submitting their work. And it actually goes even deeper than this. More and more families now are choosing fully online schools. And yes, what that means is schools that are fully online and they actually work. These students learn independently at their own pace and with online support. And guess what? These students aren't falling behind. These students are thriving because they're learning skills that they actually need for life. So if we're saying my child can't learn online or that they can't focus online, then this is not just about tuition or teaching. We're risking their ability to keep up in a world that's already moving forward. So it's time to flip the mindset. If you've ever said that my child can't learn online or that they can't focus online, then I challenge you to have a think again. Because I've seen thousands of parents and students prove that idea wrong to themselves. Let's start preparing our children for the future. Thanks for watching.